Welcome back. In this video, we're going to take care of the health system of the zombies, and we're going to take care of shooting the zombies so that they can actually die and disappear once their health is at 0 or lower. And that is something that you could implement yourself actually, because you should be capable enough to implement that by this point. So you can learn a lot from, of course, our health manager of the player. So this player manager here, you will need to use the weapon manager and the enemy manager to get this done. So I wish you all the best. If you want to try it for yourself, I hope you will try it actually. All right, so I hope you tried it, as I said, and now let's go ahead and take care of it. So inside of the enemy manager, we have the damage that the enemy can make, so the zombie can generate once biting us, so to speak. But we can also now add a health for the zombie as well, so for the enemy. So let's use 100 here, for example, and then we can go ahead and actually reduce this health using a hit method. So we can use the same kind of method that we used, well, not the same method, but we're going to build it the same way. So we're just going to use public void hit here, public, because we want to make sure that we can actually use it from other classes or from other scripts. And I want to pass how much damage a shot can do, because this will allow me to later on have different weapons that do different types of damage. So here, hit float damage. And now what should happen here is the health should deteriorate based on the damage that we are getting. So this method now, of course, needs to be called from our weapon manager script, because here that's where we are shooting, and currently we're just debug logging here. So we're not doing anything useful as of now. So instead of just doing this debug log here, let's actually check if the thing that we hit has an enemy manager assigned to it. Because if it does, then we know that we hit an enemy. So here, enemy manager, I'm going to call it enemy manager, like so. We'll get hit, transform, get component, and the component that we're getting is the enemy manager. Okay, as we have done before. Right, so if the enemy was nearby with us, here we got the component of the player, and we then checked if the collision was with the player, then we did the hit damage. Now this time it's very similar. We're getting the component and we're checking if enemy manager is not null. So only if it's not null, we want to do something with it, because then we know that we hit an enemy. So let's use the enemy manager to call its method hit, and let's give it some damage. Now, of course, we need to define how much damage our shots will do. So public float damage, let's say our damage is 25. So now every shot will do 25 damage. And now we can just go ahead and say hit with damage. Now this will allow us to hit the enemy, but it will not kill the enemy. So let's test this real quick. All right, so let's shoot the enemy a couple of times. Shoot, 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 shoot. And now let's actually check the scene and click on the zombie to see its health. It has 75 health. Okay, so it seems like I didn't shoot it enough yet. So let me click on the zombie and let's see if I can kill it. Okay, now its health is at 0. And well, actually my health was at... So either way, I killed the zombie, but it didn't die. That's what I want to say. So you see, I'm really bad at these games. So let's go ahead and actually take care of killing the enemy. And that's what we can do in the enemy manager, because once we hit the enemy, we can check if the health of the enemy is below 0. So here, if health is less than equal 0, we know that we need to destroy this game object. Now, either you can use this here or game object. Either way should be fine. This will destroy the enemy manager holding game object, which means the zombie, because the zombie holds this enemy manager, and this will destroy the zombie. So here, destroy enemy / zombie. Okay. Now let's check it out. Let's see if I can actually kill the zombie. And I feel like, by the way, let me look at the zombie here. I feel like the zombie isn't big enough. I need to make the zombie bigger, maybe. So here, this part here. Let me make sure that this part here, this mesh agent, is a little taller. 3.5 maybe, or even 3.9, something like this. Okay, now it will be a little bigger. All right, so let's play the game. Let's see if I can kill the zombie before it kills me. Okay, yeah, I got him. Got him! Okay, I needed quite some shots. Even headshots didn't help. But yeah, I killed the enemy. So the zombie was gone. The zombie was destroyed, which is great. So now we know how we can actually destroy enemies. And I'd say in the next video, we're going to implement the animation, because currently we are shooting and we don't really see anything. So of course we need to have a little animation of the actual shot, then maybe even a visual representation like I don't know, like a fire splash or something like that, as well as what we're going to do is we're going to move the weapon just a little bit, so create a little recoil effect which will give us the feeling or the sense of shooting. So let's take care of that in the next video.